Welcome to the Patriots lab, where we ain't even trying to make them liberals mad. Cause freedom of speech is what us individuals have. It's the gift when we gab, talking about things that the brainwash cannot mentally grasp, like staying loud and waving our American flags. This is for the free thinkers, wearing their MAGA and wearing the cags. Draining the swamp is the ultimate goal, but the sheeple will swear it's a fad, like it's just a phrase. But when we show them the facts, the fools got nothing to say, and deep government state wanna get up in our face, but hasn't done it yet cause Trump's in the way, trying to protect us from a troublesome fate. And because of that, we'll never lose our faith, plus God keeping us cool and safe. But I still hope we get 4 more years so we could throw a huge parade. I can see it now, Patriots on a float, and POTUS will go down in history as one of the GOATs for making the swamp pay for taking every one of his votes. His enemies are the cancer, whether or not Trump give him the smoke. Now relax it back and take notes as we kick facts with the homie Ray though. Speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we ain't even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. I said, speak your mind in the Patriots lab. It's freedom time in the Patriots lab, where we not even trying to, we make them liberals mad. Speak your mind. It's freedom time. Without even trying to, we make them liberals mad.
Brother AJ, I think I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'm trying to get it all together here. People, Patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, bear with you, man. I am going to get it together, but I am. I'm trying to mute this. Okay, IG, I'm going to have to end you guys. Okay, I am back. We got AJ back in the house. AJ, that didn't work out too well. I got to figure out how to mute IG. I'll figure that out, but dang, I couldn't get into the browser, so sorry, IG. I don't know how I did that. Where is my browser at? See, I don't know. It says right click IG browser tab to mute. And oh, I know what I did wrong. I know what I did wrong, and I'm live in the other ones. So,
Hey, last time
uh,
back,
say what?
I said last time you had me looking at your computer, you had me revert everything back. So don't ask me where something is.
I know. Let me see if I can, because I would like to let them participate in the show, but I got to see if I can get them involved in it. Y'all keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. I'm trying to get IG participated in here real quick. We're gonna see if we can get them in, and if I can't, then there's nothing I can do with you. But we're trying. We're trying. We're trying. This is all technical problems on my end. So I apologize for that.
Well, you're good on Facebook. I just put a like down on it on my second screen.
Okay, well, IG's gonna have to miss out on this one, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to get back on them. But I want to welcome Facebook, all Facebook groups, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble. I got a great show. Got a great show today. I got my brother. I forgot his damn name. He's so much of my brother. AJ Andrews in the house. AJ, how's everything going up there? How's
You
the
forgot
snow
my
treat?
name?
Yeah, it's hard to do. I know it's hard to do. But how's
I
everything
was just
going?
going to say, in the name of Snoop Dogg, oh, what's my name? What's my name? Not too bad. It's warmer than it
Good.
could be.
I know. I know what it's normally like up there.
How's
I'm
things going with
trying
you?
to.
How's Christmas going?
You know what? It is. I'm enjoying it this year. It's sad to say I'm enjoying it because all my kids are gone and out the house. So you really get to not have to really stress over it. Once mama's taken care of and everything.
There you go.
But we get it's got simplified. We get the kids gift cards. We don't have to go out and do no shopping.
Yep. There you go.
I'm get I'm getting
Let
these shared out to all
them
the
figure out what they
platforms.
really want themselves.
Yeah, yeah. See, you and the wife, y'all still got to go run around like rabbits with your head cut off for CJ. Y'all still got to go through the hustle and bustle. Do y'all go to the city to do your shopping, or do you do your shopping?
My kid's simple. My kid's simple. NASCAR, football, and wrestling. That's it. He's simple. We don't
That
need
is
no special video games. We don't need no brand new iPhone for him. He don't do iPhone.
right.
He don't do he don't even have a cell phone.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yo, I'm just getting everything loaded up. We're about to take off on today's show. I'm just getting everything loaded up in here. We'll make sure everything got Jen taken care of. Hopefully she'll be able to join the podcast. Randy the genealogist Rhodes is under the weather, so let's go ahead and pray for him. Also, let's pray for Vince, our Patriot trucker. He is recovering from a massive heart attack, and I wasn't aware of it. Patriots, people, we got to keep in touch with one another because we never know when our number is going to be called. So y'all go ahead and reach out to Vince if y'all know who he is, and let him know that y'all thinking about him. But other than that, AJ, we're gonna get into this first clip if you ain't got nothing to piggyback on. Are you with me? AJ's been freezing up. It's so cold up there today. Can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, I'm with you, but for some reason your StreamYard thing is yeah, I'm
Okay.
with you.
We just get these bad connections. I got a thumbs up from Big Bruce. So Big Bruce might be joining us momentarily also. But we're gonna go ahead and
And
get
you're
into this
freezing at
first
my
clip.
end. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
I will be right back. I got to I'm gonna reset my Wi-Fi real quick.
We'll go ahead and do whatever you gotta do. We'll be here. In the meantime, in between time, we're gonna get into this first clip. Obviously, due to the weather, we're having some technical issues, but we're gonna get them all taken care of. But we're gonna get into this first one, like I said, and this is gonna give us some type of insight of what they're trying to do to us, what they're really trying to do and make happen. Listen closely as Newt Gingrich go ahead and gives this. If I can get it up in here. Here we go. Here we got Newt. Here we got Newt. Go ahead, Newt.
Joining me now is Newt Gingrich, former Speaker of the House and Fox News contributor. Newt, there have been a number of concerns raised by how this lawfare, as we just discussed in the last segment with two former Supreme Court clerks, I made three of us, about how this is being used to short circuit the electorate. And yet we have Republicans even out there saying, oh, well, if this happens, then we'll move on as a country. Do you think that all will be well if for some reason the Supreme Court does not correct what was done in Colorado?
No, I think this was a potentially catastrophe. 1,360,000 Coloradans voted for Donald Trump in the last election. 4 lawyers want to block him from being on the ballot. That means basically for every 340,000 Coloradans who voted for Trump, one lawyer is stopping them. That's a system of establishment arrogance that's not sustainable. And the last great effort like this was the 10 states that refused to put Abraham Lincoln on the ballot in 1860. The American people are not going to tolerate, and I hope the Supreme Court fully understands this, the American people are not going to tolerate being told that they're not allowed to have a choice for who they want to have as president. This is not Venezuela. It's not Nicaragua. It's not Cuba. And I think the Democrats are dangerously close to causing the kind of confrontation that would be truly disastrous for the country.
Now, to that point, I want to play something that the Lieutenant Governor of Texas, Dan Patrick, floated on our show last night, Newt. Got a lot of attention. Watch.
Seeing what happened in Colorado makes me think, except we believe in democracy in Texas, maybe we should take Joe Biden off the ballot in Texas for allowing 8 million people to cross the border since he's been president.
Newt, I mean, look at what's happened to America with this open border. I mean, that in and of itself is its own type of insurrection against sovereignty, against the rule of law. So, I mean, is this not a natural reaction if this is the precedent they set?
Yes. Look, Biden's illegal immigration policy, which leads to Biden's illegal immigrants, is a disaster, and it's deliberate. There's not a failure on the border. There's a deliberate policy on the border to maximize the number of people who come in. The next stage will be for the left to demand that they be allowed to vote, even though they're here illegally. You can see the whole process. And that's why we are, I think, moving dangerously close to a really genuine confrontation over the very nature of America. You've seen it on the college campuses with the anti-Semitic uprising in favor of terrorism and a realization that the universities are wildly out of control and teaching things that are just plain crazy. There is a point where the average American is going to say, this is totally wrong. I think what President Biden said today is proof. The people who want to destroy democracy are the Democrats. Ask Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's been blocked at every stage. Ask the people from No Labels who've been fought in every state. The Democrat idea is they get to win because no one else gets to compete. And I think that the average American, as they realize that, the level of anger at the Democratic Party is going to become dramatic.
Do you think, Newt, civil unrest is a possibility here if this continues, if these types of attacks against the democratic process continues?
Well, I think what you heard last night from the Texas contingent tells you, this is still a country where states have enormous levels of freedom. And if we're going to get into a real knockdown, drag-out fight, which would be crazy. Let me emphasize. Where we are right now, what the Democrats are doing right now is insane and is in danger of tearing apart the whole society.
And what Newt Gingrich is saying is 100% absolute, 100% correct. So here we are. Now we find ourselves where we have, I call them the 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen. No, the 3 horsemen and a horsewoman. They have decided, the Colorado 4, they have decided to take it upon themselves to exercise their authority to take Donald Trump off of the ballot. No justification. Donald Trump wasn't found guilty of anything that would disqualify him from running for president. This is something I have a hard time trying to understand. Why would a people continue to antagonize and insult the intelligence of the American people to a point to where it gets to civil unrest. AJ, you got answers?
Well, you keep a country divided, you keep a nation divided, you keep people divided, and guess what you get? Total control over at least half of them. You keep them fighting, you win, you control them.
And you're totally right. You're totally right because you know, I it's weird because the past 2 days I've experienced two altercations that had to just remind me of the hold that the mainstream media can still have on people. I had a Karen approach me, and the first thing out her mouth was about Trump was, how could I support somebody who grabs the women by the crotch? I thought we've come so far away from that. But obviously, I
Nah.
had to be reminded that there are people so stuck in the past of lies that I don't know what to do. And then,
I don't think any of us knows what to do except for stay standing, stay fighting.
and if you listen to Newt, that can become a literally a reality because
Yeah.
these
you
people
allow
are
it.
hell bent. They're hell bent. They're hell bent on destroying this country, dividing this country, destroying Donald Trump and his family. They're hell bent on doing it.
Yep.
Who is to stop these?
They are when you allow it.
Who's to stop them?
Who's to stop them? We, the people, when we get up our asses and actually do something.
So are we going to?
We work together. We stop the divide. We stop arguing. We actually we stop looking for the things that with egos and attitudes that will divide us and look for the things that we agree on that unite us. That'll make a difference. That'll make a huge difference in this world. When people stop looking at the me, and where's mine, and start thinking of the us and the we. When people start thinking of the us and the we win.
What do we do with the us and the we? That's the thing. What do we do with the us and the we?
We got to find a commonality. We got to find a commonality that'll bring us together.
No,
and then that commonality becomes the next project, the agenda for all.
As a nation, if you look at it as a whole, we found a commonality. Now it's about how do we address the problem? The country has spoken. That's why they have gotten to the point where they realize we have to take him off of the ballot. Because the American people, they're not going with us. They're going in the total opposite direction. Yep. So they figured out that, okay, we can't win in the court of public opinion with our lies and our manipulation. So now that the American people have galvanized around the lie, what course of action? See, that's my thing. We're already at the point where we agree that we're in the wrong place. My thing is, what course of action is now required by all of us?
Okay, my question.
Agree?
My quick question is, how many people are going to their school boards meetings? How many people are getting involved in their town and their county boards?
Exactly.
How many people are
Exactly.
stepping up instead of just sitting online and complaining about it?
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Because we got a lot of people out there that can agree that this educational system that they're pushing on us is crap right now. So, with all of those people that agree, why are they sitting home on their hands on their couches? Why aren't they down
Yep.
at the PTA meetings? In fear of retribution? But that's the thing. They're scared. They're scared, bro. And that is the driving force behind the Democratic Party. You cannot be scared.
No, people ain't scared. They're lazy. They became complacent. They got comfortable again.
Well, I don't know how they can remain comfortable because, well, obviously, they don't see or understand the things that might be really going on. But if they don't understand what exactly is taking place, maybe my man Vivek Viswami can explain it for him a lot better. What you got to say about what's going on with Donald Trump, Vivek?
They have just tried to bar President Trump from the Colorado ballot using an unconstitutional maneuver that is a bastardization of the 14th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. This was a provision, Section 3, that was designed to bar Confederate members, people who switched to the Confederacy, from actually being able to serve. That's very different than what's at issue here, to say the least. This is a hollowed out husk of what the country was built on. The basic principle that we, the people, select our leadership, not the unelected elite class in the back of palace halls. That's old world Europe, not the United States. That's why I'm making a pledge today that I will withdraw. I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing, or else these Republicans are simply complicit in this unconstitutional attack on the way we conduct our constitutional republic. I refuse to be complicit in that. I think what they're doing is wrong. And I think it's up to Republicans to step up and stand up with a spine for our country's future. That's really what's at stake, whether we, the people, actually have a say in deciding who leads this country. Yes, it would be easier for other Republicans like me who are running in this race to say, hey, if Trump is sidelined, there's our opportunity. No doubt other candidates are probably privately celebrating with their corporate sponsors. That's not the right thing to do. I think the most useful thing that every GOP candidate can do right now is to join me in that pledge. I'll say that I will withdraw from that Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump's name is restored. This belongs to the people, not to the unelected Democratic cabal of judges in Colorado or any other state. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Chris Christie do the same thing, or else they're complicit in what this security state is trying to do to shut down Trump. I stand by that, and I expect them to do the right thing.
So, all shouts out to Brother Vivek. I appreciated the fact that he is willing to sacrifice his presidential bid for the morality of the Constitution of the United States of America. And I doubled down with him. And I don't challenge, I demand that Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, and the others in the GOP, because I be damned, I know the Democrats ain't going to do it. So I demand the others in the GOP show some solidarity and commitment to America, because it could one day be you.
Yep.
Even the Democrats. Just ask JFK Jr. Just ask JFK Jr. how they silenced him and forbid him to debate Joe Biden as they try to reign supreme. Just ask JFK Jr., Robert Jr. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The one that they won't let debate Joe Biden. Is that a free America? They do it to their own. I don't know about a lot of you, but this is priority number one to me. Y'all all out there watching football, eating your apple pies, cooking your turkeys and your hams and all that. Do you know if you lose the luxury of that word they call freedom, you can forget all that. You can forget all that. Because freedom is what provides all of that. But like Brother AJ said, everybody's comfortable. NBA players comfortable with the $1 million checks. Athletes comfortable. Everybody comfortable. But you just wait until their boat gets rocked. And who they gonna come running to? Us little old patriots. Because they ain't gonna know what to do. With all the money in the world, they ain't gonna know what to do. AJ, we in a terrible place, bro.
We've been in a terrible place for years, bro. We've been in a terrible place for years.
Vanguard says, good evening. Can I ask each of you guys feel about the U.S. being the Zionist government if Israel's lapdog?
Basically, he sounds like he's saying he thinks we're the Zionist lapdogs. No, we're not.
That's
a good
current administration.
It's our current administration that is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and that's what he's talking about. How do I feel about that? Really, I don't know too much about the Zionists. I try to talk with my uncle about, the Zionists and all of that stuff. I'm not too familiar with all of the things that go on like that. I'm more of a practical person, and that gets into more of an education thing for me when it comes to Zionism and all of that stuff. And I'm just honest. But I do know one thing for damn sure. Whatever they call, they ain't nothing nice. They're not doing nothing nice. So whatever they call.
No, it ain't. No, Zionism is basically total control over religion. It's almost like communism. They say they are the elite of. They are better than. They treat everything else basically as a slum compared to them and beneath them. Yeah, that's pretty much Zionism.
I don't know, because I'm not a psychologist. I don't even know if a psychologist can figure this out. Can figure out why the mental psyche does the things it does in the ways that it does it. I still can't understand how people can embrace a lie and still be willing to ignore the truth.
Yep.
I was at someone's house And this individual's house that I was at was a sworn to be, now this is an elder, maybe in their 80s, for the past 40, 50 years, sworn to be changed by the Holy Ghost. And every time we get around, I get around this person, anybody get around this person, they, oh, you need to go get saved. You need to come to my church and get baptized in the name of Jesus. You know, you need to do this. So while we're sitting there for 45 minutes and they're giving me this, I need to be saved because they've been saved and it's changed their life and they're a different creature and all of this, and he makes you new and all this, and I just need to get dipped in the water and come up new. The news came on, and it was NBC Nightline with Lester Holt, and the main topic was Colorado Supreme Court takes off Donald Trump. And I sat there and I said to myself, but I said it out loud. I said, wow, they're really going to screw this man. And the first thing out of this person's mouth is, he's a crook. He committed treason. So as me, my wife, after the fact,
Here we go.
home and found out what happened. She was like, you should have just kept your mouth shut. But no, as me, I have to defend my God. I'm done with letting anybody shame me into just sitting back and let them spew their lies and all this. So the main thing, the first thing I said was, what has he done? What has he done? I said, first of all, he wasn't even charged with insurrection. So how can they then take him off for insurrection? That's like a place not letting me come in. Oh, you're a murderer. You can't come in here. Well, I never been. I think you are. Really? Because you think I am? So because these four judges assume, and they just happen to all be Democrats put on the board by Democratic governors. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. Because of that, where was I at? But anyway, getting back to this person. So when I said that, they were like, he's a crook. He committed the insurrection and all this. And I said, listen, I said, do you not understand that Joe Biden is the biggest crook that there is? Do you not understand that he and Hillary Clinton was the founders of the Russia collusion, and it's all been a lie? And Trump, they was like, don't mention Trump's name in here. And man, you should have seen a saint turn into Satan so fast. So I'm thinking to myself on the ride home, I said, there ain't no way in hell I'm coming to your church and getting dunked into your water. I don't want to come up like you. Now, this just goes to show you how deep, not only how powerful the devil is and how close the devil can be to God, because this person is supposed to be God, right-hand person. You know what I'm saying? They was dipped in the water 40 years ago and been trying to lead everybody else to Christ ever since. But will embrace a lie and shun the truth. You know how I know they want to shun the truth? Because I said, but Joe, they was like, I don't care about Joe Biden. I said, so you rather embrace a lie than be upset with what the person did that you voted for. And you call yourself somebody close to God. I can't understand how the human brain works, brother. That blows me away. That blows me away. No, I don't want to come to your church. I don't want to turn out like you. I can stand on the truth.
And that's why I don't follow organized religion. I am a spiritual person. I don't have to go to a building for somebody to tell me what God says.
Now, what's the good thing about that? There's some other folk that's been close to God that finally had their spirit twitched and turned to where they was like, I can't do this no more. And I appreciate that fact. So that lets me know it's not everybody that's supposed to be highly involved in the church that still chooses to turn a blind eye. Thanks for answering. And I did not mean normal U.S. citizens. I meant, yeah, the government, Wall Street, banks, Main Street. You are totally right about that, Vanguard. Totally
Yeah,
right.
they're pushing the whole Jewish thing for a personal agenda that's all financial. It's all in the what you call it, World Economic Forum, the elites.
It is.
It's all about money.
Let me give shouts out to my son Zarian. He will be getting married in March. So all y'all send blessings.
Oh.
What up, son? Who else we gonna give a shout out to? Danielle Poe, all the way in Florida. Hello. Go ahead, Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Royer, Mo Lowe, Michelle Rudick Davey, Beck Frieda, Merlin Johnson, Beverly Hancock, Gabby DeBio, Matt Pius, Nikki T. Davis, Sister Judith Hall, Convoy School Bus, Angela Jones, Deborah Joyner, and 7 others. Welcome to the lab. And I want to welcome everyone. Facebook, Instagram. Well, Instagram, you got put off, but I'm going to get you back on because I got to figure out how to mute y'all. I can't take that feedback. Twitch, you're finally in the building. Rumble, you always and have been faithful. Want to thank you. But yes, it is crazy what the Colorado 4 has decided to do and take it upon themselves. And you know, I used to sit back, and I'm so used to sitting back and watching those clips of watching the dictator walk down the street, and he's got his army behind surrounding him, and all his followers are on the outside of his followers, and he's just walking down, and he's got the thick mustache, and I'm like, wow. And now I got to think about America following suit. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
That's part of the fight, man. That's part of the fight of a patriot. You got to stop that from happening.
I told my wife this morning before she went out to work. And I said, how? And I said, baby, not you. Not my kids and not other people that I know. I said, but how can people sleep at night knowing that there are over 200 hostages in Washington, D.C. that are being held political prisoners by our government? You have people in there that have been in there almost over 2 years that haven't gone to trial, that haven't been sentenced.
Yep.
You have these judges in Colorado taking away the voting privileges of over 1 million people. You have a person like Hillary Clinton that it's been proven that when she was Secretary of State, she had a private server at her home, which she was not allowed to have. She deleted over 33,000 emails, destroyed apparatuses. You have alleged crimes with this incoming president that for some reason the powers to be aren't interested in even following the crumbs to come out and say he's innocent. It's one thing to follow the crumbs and come out and say there's nothing there, But to automatically, blatantly say nothing, do nothing, and say that's how it is, I can't sit idly by and watch my country that I love and I serve be turned into something that I'm only used to watching on my television. I don't know. What do y'all
I'm
think,
with you, bro.
America?
I'm with you, bro. I didn't do what I did, get forced into retirement. I didn't choose to sit on my ass. I've been staying standing. I've become the worst enemy. You got your podcast. I'm out there on a physical level. You know that.
Hey,
You've been out there too. You've seen it.
hey, you ain't seen the car yet? I gotta send you some pictures. I gotta send you some pictures of the car. I got the front bumper on, got the new lights on. I'm leaving town this weekend.
Did you hit another deer?
No, don't say that. Don't give me that type of hoogie moogie. But this is people need to. I always tell people, I try not to judge people on their actions. I tend to judge people on their reactions because we all make mistakes, but it's how you react to it that lets me know, okay, was it intentional? Was it an accident? Was it deliberate? Was it, you know what I mean? You gotta feel it out. So when I seen this clip that I'm about to show you from Papa Joe, that kind of sealed the deal for me. That kind of sealed the deal. Y'all go ahead and let me know what you think about it.
Well, I think it's certainly self-evident. You saw it all. Now, whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection. There's no question about it. None. Zero.
We're going to hear it one more time.
Well, I think it's certainly self-evident. You saw it all. Now, whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection. There's no question about it. None. Zero.
Okay. So, this is here you have a president, a so-called president, whose political opponent is leading him in every which way but up, loose. Yeah, no, he's leading him in every which way but up, because Joe Biden's leading him on the way up. Joe Biden's getting ready to go up. Joe Biden gonna see the big guy before he do. But here you have Joe Biden embracing the fact that these 4 judges unconstitutionally has taken Donald Trump off of the Colorado ballot. And it's funny to me because he says it's self-evident that Donald Trump incited an insurrection. So he's still on that. He's still got his people still on that. When Donald Trump was never charged with insurrection.
Yep. He's been charged with 91 other things, but not the actual insurrection itself. And to answer Vanguard real quick, you got him out in the UK. He says, I respect saying, but yeah, I say American didn't do better than Donald Trump. Well, the problem with Donald Trump, with a lot of people, is He doesn't have that suave way about him. He doesn't shine up the truth. He just says it.
He is very
He
blunt.
speaks like
He's
me
not
and you.
politically correct.
Simple as that. I actually like the fact. Yeah,
I
I
love
like the
Donald
fact
Trump.
that
You
he's
know
not
why?
politically correct. And there's a lot of nations and there's a lot of other people that don't like him for that.
Do kids love a stern parent? No.
Yep.
They want a parent they
Yes.
can just
Mine
run
does.
all over.
CJ's different.
Well, when you raise them up that way, when you raise them up to respect authority,
Yeah.
you know,
If you raise them to respect authority, that's all they're gonna know. But if you raise them up to, oh, they could do it, no, they're gonna become little babies. They're gonna become little puppies. They're gonna be somebody that has no respect for nobody, and they're gonna hate anybody who steps up to them. Basically, they're gonna be Antifa.
good afternoon. We got Vince in the building. Vin D Trucking. Good afternoon. We gave you a shout out. We gave prayers out to you, brother. I hope you are feeling well. Hope you're feeling well. Remember, people, Patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, like, share, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get the instant notifications, and you can find the Patriots Lab Uncensored on all major platforms right now. I'm here with AJ Andrews. He's up in Attica, New York. He's not in the pen. He is in the resident.
No, I'm about a mile from it.
He's about a mile. He's in the vicinity of it. But we're just having a serious talk, real quick, about what's going on, the state of America, the Colorado 4. How do you feel about what they've done by taking Donald Trump off of the ballot? This is my thing. What did they expect to happen by doing this? I swore I was going to wake up the next morning and there was going to be 1 million people out there marching for taking a president. Now, I don't know if it's too cold. And they was like, yo, we just can't do it right now. We got to wait till the 80-degree weather come. But that shocked me that their president was taken off of the roll call. And I have heard chirps coming out of Colorado. Now,
I've heard exactly the opposite. I've
they
heard the opposite. I've heard people stepping up, getting pissed. They're rallying together. The lady who blasted him, that what you call it? She was leading the charge for the 2020. She ended up getting raided, arrested, and everything else, along with a lot of her team working with Lindell on it. People are actually rising up again. That small rise up, they're little by little, it's building. And I have a feeling they're trying to play smart this time instead of just go with a big old blast thinking that's going to do it.
well,
You work from the bottom up. You work from the bottom up, and I don't say middle out because the bottom up and the middle out is a Biden thing that says you want to get rid of the middle class, have everybody as peasants, and have the elite sitting there like kings and queens. The middle class is what builds America. The middle class is what keeps America going. So I don't say middle out.
Look,
But
AJ.
you start from the bottom up.
AJ,
What?
we passed that, bro. I mean, I hate to bust your bubble. I mean, I love the people out there.
Say that.
No. Now, I hope there's a point once we get everything stabilized. See, it's like a patient that is in trauma. Before you can get him on a sustained diet, a regulatory system, how he should be on to enable him to live a healthy life. First, you got to stop the trauma.
That's
Okay,
what we're working on.
no,
That's the bottom up.
no. What you're doing is you're talking about building back up and nurturing again. Okay, we can do that. But first we have to stop the trauma. You keep trying to figure out a diet plan,
Oh, I
and people
agree.
still got no, we have to okay. That's what I'm talking about. I totally
I agree with that. We
agree.
got to bring both ends to the middle. You got to shut off the faucet of the BS that's happening before you can work on the plumbing. I got you. I'm right with you on that. 100%.
So when 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 like when people, and I love it to death, when people like Mama Mona say, okay, make sure you do your phone calls, love it. That's what we're supposed to do after we stop the trauma. I hope and pray we can go and get back to the regulatory program. But guess what? We've been putting band-aids on a trauma case for a while now. Yeah, the band-aids might be slowing up the bleeding, but you still gonna bleed out if you don't stop the trauma. So to stop, that's what I'm trying to figure out now.
Well, here's another
How
point.
do we stop the trauma?
Here's another point or another analogy. Do you squeeze a pimple with one finger or with two?
Wow, you took me out the left field on that one. Shit. Two?
Do you squeeze a pimple with one finger or two? There you go.
Two.
Top down, bottom up, squeeze it out. That has nowhere to go. So you work from the top down. You hit them from both sides. The bottom up, working and rebuilding with the Band-Aid stuff, while at the same time you're shutting off the other end of it so it doesn't continue.
Okay, well, when is something going to start being shut off? Because right now, this stuff they doing, it's an open faucet. So when are we going to get it to a trickle? When are we going to get it to a drip? That's all I'm saying.
And it's being worked on, even though you don't see it on regular TV or on your news tick on your computer and all that. Even though you don't see it, doesn't mean it ain't happening. You got New York Citizens Audit that led the charge on something that a lot of people say needs to happen, but nobody's been actually able to do it, including Lindell. You got a 50 state. You got Randy Barber and Kim Wathen. They're working on the sovereign. Dang it! I got to get you the information, but they're working with New York Citizens Audit as well as another group, and they're trying to build fundraisers so they can start a lawsuit in all 50 states to hold election integrity, as well as the people that are in charge of the electors responsible for anything over a 10% screw up in each state. Number one, they've already got a couple of senators, a couple of congressmen on the side. They got assemblymen in every state stepping up, but they need a little over $1 million to start an actual lawsuit to run all 50 states. It's going to cost them a little over $1 million bucks, which is something that Randy Barber ain't got in his pocket. So we're trying to do the fundraisers for 2024.
AJ, the information is great. The information is great. But if you want to get me to believe that there's another organization out there that's going to be able to take down a state, when it's the same state that is trying to take down the president of the United States, that's hard for me to whoever we are, whoever we may be, we have nowhere close to power to Donald Trump. So whatever anybody is doing that's going to involve any type of government affiliation, that's going to require any type of government. If Donald Trump can't get shit through the system, what make it's going to be, it's good. But when the rubber hits, see, I'm a realist. I'm a realist. If the president of the United States is bumping heads with the system, no matter what anybody, Mayor Adams, Governor Whitmore, no matter what anybody and all the other organizations underneath, when they want to just say enough is enough, enough is enough. Now, I hope, like I said, going back to my last point, I hope there comes a time when we're going to be able to do that. We have to come to the understanding that this government is running shit right now. And
right now they are.
My question is, what happens to enable them not to do this anymore? It's not the gathering of the people. We already know. We already know this. My thing is, what is the execution? What is the plan? What is the agenda to take down the evil empire? That's because I look at it and I sit back and I've come to the realization that, okay, Ray, this is your government running rampant, and as long as you've been alive, who's been the one with the power? The government. So will this continue forever? Like Newt said, the American people are going to reach a point, and I'm not talking about the point of calling your local congressperson. That's putting a Band-Aid on a trauma patient.
Oh yeah, we're going to be reaching a point where we say skip the election boxes and go straight to the cartridge boxes. We are going to be coming to that point.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the Supreme Court rules on this, because, fortunately, and I've always helped, my last thing on it is the Supreme Court, because unlike a lot of other people, I still have faith not in the system, but I have faith in America. Because I always told people, this country goes as Americans take it. And this world goes as America goes. It's going to get to a point. It's going to get to a point where, like Newt says, Americans say, you know what? This is my country. I guess the slogan, the land of the free and the home of the brave, is going to be put to the test. Because what they're doing, and like I said before, I'm done with the people trying to shame me. I know what I see. I know what I see happening to my president. We can't say the election was stolen, but yet we don't have answers. Yet they don't want to give us answers. Okay. We can't say that Joe Biden is involved with Hunter Biden because they don't want to give us answers. What is the people to do when the people that said they would provide transparency do the total opposite. What are we to do when the same people have been caught in lie after lie after lie after lie and still challenge us to believe them?
See, I still believe in my end of it. I look at work top down, bottom up, both sides coming together. It'll squeeze the
Well, you
pimple
got
out in the middle. But
well, you got
everybody wants instant gratification, and that's the problem. Everybody wants instant everything. And it can't be instant. That's the problem with a lot of this. If you want to shut the faucet off, there's a process. And I hate using a Jen Psaki circling back
right.
to a process. But if you don't follow step by step of the process, you're going to skip something. You're going to screw up. They sneak in with a loophole and they stay in.
Well, the only thing I can say about that process is when it's all said and done, I just hope that the process that has been worked on is there to catch the fallback. You know what I mean? And it's good that it's good that things are being worked on a lower
Yeah, I got
level, because when everything comes toppling down, hopefully that lower level is able to sustain the droppings, and then we have something to build off of. But my thing is, when you say from the top and from the bottom, bro, I see all the hard work coming from the bottom. I don't see none of the hard work coming from the top, because if you take it for what Comer and them show us, and this is the truth, there is no way that the Democrats are going to eliminate Joe Biden. So basically everything that Jim Comer and Jordan and everything that they're showing us is basically for the benefit of the American people. So we know that we're not stupid. We know what we know. And if allowed, we can make the right choices that we need to make sure that America stays like it's supposed to be. Man,
you just answered my question. You just answered
What?
my question with just that one right there.
What?
They're making it seen. They're making it known. They're showing us. Yeah, it is theater. But you know what? They're showing us what a lot of news stations, including Fox, ain't showing us. They're showing the people what's happening. If the people want to actually sit and watch the House hearings, watch the Senate hearings like I do all the time, instead of hearing somebody else interpret what they think of it, no, here's what they said. You make your own decision based on being truly informed so that you actually have that knowledge instead of just looking at headlines. They're exposing everything so that we can make an informed decision.
But see,
they're doing what they can at the top so we can work at the bottom up.
But see, that still doesn't answer the question. No, they're doing all they can. The numbers show that the American people appreciate and are learning and are growing more and more aware of what's going on. But that still is not answering the question.
You got to get involved in the process. You can't just watch the process, petition, and complain about it. You got to get involved. Get on the school boards, get in the county boards, get in the state levels. Take over. Campaign for yourself to get in those positions. I've been working with a lot of folks doing a lot of that. And quite a few people that I've been working with are now working with Assembly, are now sitting in several states at their Capitol buildings. People I helped campaign for that are actually doing good jobs.
And that's
you got to
grassroots.
get involved in the process.
And and see, I try not to. Damn, I can't even find my words. I try not to mitigate. Is mitigate the not mitigate? Minimize. I try not to minimize the work and the efforts of the grassroots. I totally
Right.
understand that because there has to be a foundation for everything.
Or you have nothing at the bottom and everybody has a bottomless
But
pit.
unless we take care of what's happening at the top,
Oh,
because
exactly. It's at both ends. We got to work both ends.
so we have to focus at the top, and that's my thing. I'm not denying the work that's being done at
Oh,
the
yeah,
bottom.
yeah, yeah. And
I'm
I'm
not
not denying the
denying that.
top either. I'm
I'm
not
denying
denying the
the
top.
top
I'm
because
saying both sides.
there's not shit being done at the top,
Well,
and
here's a positive we can look at. Come the beginning of the year, before other states jump in, because we got 2 states. Maine is supposed to decide come 2 days from now,
right.
and no, tomorrow they're supposed to make their decision on taking Trump off the ballot. You got 12 states right now looking at doing it after Colorado did. Right now we got a 6-3 majority, and 3 of those 6 were put in by Trump. 2 of those 6 are actually loyal to Trump and loyal to the conservative and the We the People movement. 2 of those 3.
Well, this is going to be a defining moment for the Supreme Court because this should
Yes.
be a 9-0 outcome because, and I'm not just making this opinion. I'm talking after listening to people on both sides of the realm. From I
Yeah.
love listening to people. Yeah, people like Jonathan Turley, the legal scholars out there that be on the news and stuff. It's all unconstitutional. These 4 judges,
Exactly.
these 4 liberal judges decided on their own. They
Yep.
drew up their own
Before any proof is out
conclusion.
there, without a conviction, without any proof or any conviction, that their opinion is what matters. And that's how they came up with the he's guilty. He's guilty. By what fact? Or is it an opinion? Is it an opinion based fact or a fact based opinion?
It's an opinion. That's what it is. And for Joe Biden to basically come out and I mean it didn't surprise me, but the audacity in
But
which he came out.
but KJP says opinions matter.
You know, when they defy the rule of law, hold on one second.
Oh, that's your phone. I thought it was my phone vibrating.
Yeah, that was my phone. It's just
I put
it's
my
just
hand
bad
over
all
my
the way
phone.
around.
I'm like,
AJ.
nope.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
saddened.
agree.
What and this is just the bottom line. I'm saddened by the people. Not that see it and don't say nothing. I'm saddened by the people that see what's going on and still would rather embrace the lie, accept a lie, full well knowing accept a lie because you got a brain, you got common sense. You can make me want to think that you're dumb and stupid, but I know better. And you rather, for whatever God-forsaken reason, forget and just throw out and shun the truth. Not just forget and shun and throw out the truth, but be like some Democrats and not be even willing to find out if it's true or not.
Yep.
You're scared of getting your feelings hurt? Facts say fuck your feelings.
Oh, here's a positive for you. There's a thing going on with one of my assemblymen, which is a buddy of mine. So I messaged Randy Barber, who's doing that election integrity stuff that I was telling you about. I told him about a thing coming up on January 13th.
Go ahead, talk.
Well, he went ahead and messaged me back. He says he will in a few. Busy as hell right now, working on 10 things with our fundraiser and the sheriff on some audit stuff. Swamped. He says he's going to be seeing Dave DePietro tonight. So he's going to be speaking with one of our assemblymen personally tonight when he sees him. So we're actually getting stuff involved. There's more involved behind the scenes that a lot of people will ever see on TV because television and social media will suppress it. There's a lot of legwork happening to make a difference. And there's not a lot we can put online unless we want to show all our cards while we're playing poker. You know what I mean?
I guess the only thing I can do is, along with a lot of other people, is sit back and wait, because in order for the bottom to be exposed and bear its new fruit,
yep,
we're gonna have to chop this old stuff away. And I'm still trying to figure out if they are going to use a hacksaw, chainsaw, a jigsaw. I'm still trying to figure out how.
Well, Randy Barber is actually a logger, and in his opinion, he would just rather go up to the tree with a chainsaw and zip, done.
Well,
but you got to clear the path to get to it. You got to clear the path through the weeds and the brush to get to that tree before you can chop it. And if you want to chop it safely to where it don't land on you, you got to work on topping the tree also at the same time. So you got to do a little bit of both. It's kind of like, just like I said, squeezing the pimple. You want to get rid of the pus? You squeeze with 2 thumbs. You stay on it. And I see SCOTUS trying to looking at doing their work. You see Comer, and you see Johnson releasing stuff that nobody else wanted to release to the public about J6. You see the left. They're scrambling right now. They're trying to find everything they can, even if it is unconstitutional. Well, my feelings matter, and I feel like he's guilty, so we're going to get rid of him because he's winning too much. No. You're screwing up.
When does our military get involved? That's one of the things.
What was it? 125? What was it? 125 reservists or military members active in the Army were busted trying to not start a coup, but look at fighting back.
They
got charged.
That's where I am right now. That's where I am. I see what they're doing to Trump. You know, they when you look about it's like a movie, but you got to be one of those people that, me and AJ, we like using analogies. It's not saying people are dumb. We just like using analogies. I'm one of those people I can go into a movie theater and get in there and watch a movie, and possibly 20 minutes into the 2 hour and 10 minute movie, I can tell you how it's going to end.
Yep.
I can tell you how it's all going. And that's what we're living in right now. See, the Democrats have put on a production from day one.
Oh, there's definitely
And
theater.
and not everybody was able to piece the clues of the portions of the movie together to see how the ending would come. A lot of us became aware early. And see what that did, it messed it up for everybody else in the audience. See? And the Democrats have realized that everybody is not going to sit back and wait until the end of the movie.
Yep.
Because we know the outcome. What we got here? Oh my goodness, I don't know.
Promoter.
Oh. No, that's okay.
But no, I see exactly where you're going at. Me, I look at all of this not as a movie, but more as a puzzle. I know where all the pieces are. It's time to put them together. You see what I'm saying? I stare at everything like a puzzle.
The pieces of the puzzle, it's already together. It's already together.
Well, no, not really. They're still scattered. They're out of the box. They're laying across the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know which ones go where, but the puzzle ain't finished yet. Somebody just went and scattered the Democrats' puzzle, pissed them off. They just flipped the table. So right now they're looking on the floor for a couple of pieces.
Well,
their agenda got screwed when Trump got in in 2016. So what are they doing? Their agenda 2030. And I'm not into conspiracy theories. You know that. I'm real about shit, just like you are. I don't do that rabbit hole shit. I don't do none of it. What I'm looking at right now is their agenda of 2030 got screwed in 2016. We, the people, started getting a voice. They didn't want that. So what are they doing? They're trying to manipulate everything. Fox News. Who owns Fox News? Let's look at that. Everybody watches the news. Everybody reads the papers and looks at media. And a lot of media is owned by a leftist corporation or a Marxist this or a communist that or an agenda-filled, what do you want to call it? Globalist of some kind. It's we, the people, that are showing everything, making the difference on the real side. We, the people at the top, as well as we, the people at the bottom, we got to make it happen. We got to work both sides to the middle to make it happen, squeeze it out. Okay, I need this person over here working on this side of the puzzle. I need that person over there working on that side of the puzzle. There is no just sitting back anymore, sitting back, waiting and watching. We got to get involved. That's the way I look at it. Not even on grassroots. I'm saying on every level, get involved.
We need to, but when you look at
I don't write letters. I don't write letters and make phone calls. I get in their face.
When you watch people like Lindsey Graham, and see that's the thing. When the big wigs are the ones calling the shots, and I have to always go back to this. I bring no disrespect to everything that's going on the lower level because it's a grind. It's hard.
You got to flip the table. When they're looking at the puzzle and they're controlling it, you flip that table. They got to look for the pieces again.
Okay. Well, if you are out there and you are at that lower level, and I'm talking city council positions, PTA boards, um, anything, community advisory boards, and you are out there grinding, trying to make a difference, the only thing I can do is just be ready to pick up the pieces. Just be ready to pick up the pieces. And because what you need is, you not only need organizations and new blood that's ready to take over, but you need them to already be well established.
Exactly. And this is where I say
So
you need everybody on all levels. I agree with you 100%.
so now I just need to see who's going to stop chopping the tree down from the top. That's all. That's all. I just need to
Yeah.
see where the tree is going to be chopped down from the top. Because in order for them new roots, in order for the new growth, the new greenery, we gotta get rid of the weeds. We gotta get rid of the dead
Yeah.
toppings. We gotta breathe a new air of life into our judiciary system.
Yep.
Where and when that happens, nobody knows. But what I do know, from an outsider looking in, it ain't looking too pretty. It ain't looking too pretty because, on one hand, you have a side that is totally exposing everything about them that is unconstitutional, illegitimate, damn near criminal, and anything and everybody that has any type of influence or power is turning a blind eye, while at the same time they're trying to destroy a man who is innocent. This is the country that we've inherited. This is the country that we now find ourselves living in. What do we do to change course? What do we do to change direction? What do we do to make sure that the top does finally meet with the bottom? I don't got the answer. I just got questions. That's what I got. What's up, AJ?
Yep. Oh,
I
we all got
appreciate you.
questions. I appreciate you having me on, asking me to
This
come on
is,
and all that.
I seen
We need
Soup
to get.
Mama. She's out doing her thing.
Yep. She's out doing her thing with Lindsay. Oh man, forgot the woman's name already. I just had it at the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, she was actually up in Queens, New York.
Yeah, they're at a seminar.
That was cool. That was cool. But yeah, like I said, I got my vehicle up and running now. I'm just trying to
Oh,
get a
you got to
couple
get your
of
butt up here for New Year's.
no.
You got to get your butt up here for New Year's.
I can't. I'm already committed. I'm already committed. I'm getting ready to head to the beach for the holidays to see my son, and then it'll be a short week, and I'm not taking the 8-hour road trip just to get back on the road in 3 days and take a 17-hour road trip. Did you say you were sending a plane ticket? I heard. Did I hear you were sending a plane ticket to try?
Hang on a second. You got that? You got that Beamer? It'll fly. It's got a pedal to it. Come on now. I've made it from Rochester, New York to Palm Beach, Florida in 14 hours. You can make it here in about 6.
Good gracious.
Or less.
Good gracious. But sometimes we just got to make light. In time, in the midst of everything that's going on, we still have to find time to make light and appreciate the small things.
Exactly. And that's why I say there's three forks.
We really do.
And this is why I tell everybody there's 3 roads to the same destination. Some need that straight and narrow because they get too distracted. Some need that backcountry road so they learn to stop and smell the flowers and appreciate things. And some people need that bumpy road to force them to slow down.
Well, I
Every
don't
once
know
in a
what.
while, everybody needs that back road.
Well, with everything that's going on right now, I would suggest everybody take a nice back road trip and drink your best drink, smoke your best smoke, think your best think, whatever you want to do, and just breathe. Just breathe. We're in some crazy times, man. We are in some crazy times. We try to raise our kids to be the best citizens, to be the best law-abiding citizens, to be the best respectful young men, to be the best respectful young women, to treat each other like you would want to be treated, to respect one another, to love one another, not always agree, but when you are dealing with a society that is totally 360 degrees from the values that you've been told to instill in your kids, it makes it a difficult journey because they want our kids. They want our kids. Joe Biden said these are our kids. I didn't say it. Joe Biden said these are our kids. Joe Biden,
That's
last time I
because
checked,
that's because Corn Pop whooped his ass too many times. His head's all screwed up. Corn Pop did it.
but before I go, I got to go in on the enablers. Yeah, I got to. I got to go in on the enablers. Because you know what? A couple of people found out this week. It's all fun and games until it ain't.
Right.
The days that we are living in right now, you might not think it, but they are some dangerous times. And I mean that in a literal sense of the word. These are some dangerous times. When I can witness, me personally, I'm not going to go on a limb and speak for anybody else. When I can witness the type of corruption that this government brings to the table, and no one understand that that's not America, we got a problem. I don't know about you, but America,
Yep.
when I see you try to frame a president, ex-president, we got a problem. When I see you robbing from us, we got a problem. When I see you lying to us, we got a problem. You might say, well, Ray, why do you say that? Because in all actual and factual, and I love this guy, because when people say things that have substance and mean something, that sticks in my head. Damn it, they work for us.
Hell yeah.
We don't work for them. Last time I checked, Joe Biden, you are a public official. You were put in there allegedly by the people. When and where do the rules change? When and where do those that dare question the changing of the rules get persecuted? Last time I checked, this ain't Venezuela. This ain't Cuba. or no other third world country. Last time I checked, my First Amendment gives me the right to say why this, why that, why this, why that. And when all of a sudden I wake up one day and I'm told, you don't get to ask those questions anymore, young man. Well, I went to sleep in America last night. Where the fuck did I wake up this morning? Me and my BMW didn't take a road trip. Last time I checked, this is still America. This is where I woke up. So no, you are not going to go change the rules on moi. Unless the Constitution gives the okay. And last time I checked, the Constitution said you are alive. People, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, if you're not willing to stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. And right now, I can't figure or find nothing more important to stand up for than your country. Before you don't have a country to stand up for. Woo! What do you say on that note, Mr. AJ? I'm surprised we haven't had many people in here today. Go ahead.
No, I ain't got nothing to say on that. You said it all. Got to step up.
That's crazy.
All I got to say is everybody's got to step up, or they can thank themselves when the shit falls on them.
Because it's gonna fall. It's gonna fall.
It's already falling.
Well,
you got a lot of people saying, "Not my house, not my problem." Well, the problem is they're already in your favorite recliner. They're already eating your favorite food. When is enough enough? When are people going to stand the fuck up? Period.
I don't know. I just know I know I've had enough.
Yeah.
So, I advise anybody who just ain't came to grips with what's going on, just stay out my lane. Stay out my lane.
Well, here's another way I put it. You already know the way I put it. The Patriot movement is not a part-time or a seasonal job. It's a full-time thing. The movement is a full-time gig. And I don't want to see anybody standing on no stage saying, I was part of that when they ain't done a damn thing for it. I want to see people stepping up if they want to say they're proud of their country. They say they're proud of their Constitution. They say they're proud to have their freedom. Well, stand up and do something for it, because even freedom ain't free. Stand up, step up, stay standing. I'm sick of the part-timers and the here's and there's. Stand up and stay standing.
Well, we're going to see. It's going to be, and I'm hoping from what people talking about, they're saying that the Supreme Court should come back rather expeditiously, if nothing else, just to set a statement that they stand for the Constitution, and it's it's a clear violation of what's going on with Donald Trump. So they're saying it's basically an open and shut case. A lot of them can't even understand how and why they would even attempt to do something like this. And my thing is it for nothing less than to bring civil unrest? What do you expect over 1 million people to do attitude-wise when they hear that you've done something like this in their area? Do they expect them to sit home and just say, okay, this too shall pass? It's like they do it and don't care about what the reaction may be. So I don't know. But we're going to head and wrap it up. If AJ doesn't have any last final words, if he does, go ahead and take the floor, Mr. AJ. It's cold up there in Attica, New York, and I think AJ had froze up on me again. But if we can't get him back on, it was a pleasure having AJ in the lab as always. That's my brother from another mother. Had a great chance. And he's unfrozen. He must have put the heater on.
Gotta love an old laptop. Can't wait to get another one. This thing, the processor's rocked.
You was telling me before we got on the show. For all of you who don't know how I met AJ, thank you, Mike. That's Mike Royer. I went up to Niagara Falls, and I had my podcast equipment, and there wasn't no power sources. I couldn't find no power nowhere, and I was asking people, and they were like, that guy over there with the sound equipment and everything. And I went on over there, and he was the coolest brother. And we engaged in a couple of cigarettes, and he allowed me to use his power equipment. And it wasn't shortly after that. I think it was $25,000 worth of power equipment went up in flames in your beautiful RV. And I hear you are making the road of recovery back.
Slowly but surely, getting piece by piece. What you saw there in Niagara Falls, it rocked all the way across that bridge where they said they heard it in Canada, was the small system. That's what you saw was the small system. I ended up losing over 25 grand, and I'll just start with $25,000 worth of everything. And it's slowly coming back. Maybe not exactly the same stuff, but trying.
Right.
Still got to get another amp. I got an amp that I had sitting in my garage. I brought it back to life. Small amp. It works. I got the guy I keep talking about, Randy Barber, doing the election stuff. He ended up helping me out. You see that speaker sitting on the array behind me there? Yeah, I got 2 array speakers and a little powered system to do seminars, speeches, and things like that. It's a small system. Between him and Vince and a few other Patriots that I've helped out along the way, they've been helping me try to get what I could together, what they could afford. And now I'm just trying to get the rest going.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard about anything going on rally wise yet for 2024. I know normally Soup Mama will start putting out different events. I haven't been on her page in a minute, so I'm gonna have to go on her page. But I'm just excited. I'm looking forward to getting back out there on the road. Actually, tomorrow, Friday, I will be at an establishment where they will be. I was actually invited. It's our local bar here. One of the local bars.
Oh, the one you brought me to when I was out there?
No,
you talking about the one you brought me to when I was out there? Oh, okay.
No, this is a different establishment, but it's by the same owners, and I will be airing the lab from there tomorrow, starting about 1:00 Eastern Standard Time, as they unveil their first edition brew. So that will be awesome. So I'll have a good show out there, and it's Patriot Nation, so that's going to be a good time. Good time. But other than that, AJ, if you got any words of wisdom for the peoples and the Patriots out there, please go ahead and give that to them so we can go ahead and wrap it up and land this plane.
Most I could say is step up, stand up, be heard, be loud. Don't back off. Number 2, enjoy your Christmas with your family. Put the politics aside for one day. And let's just pray that the new year is fruitful for all of us. Other than that, I ain't got nothing else to say.
Hey, that was
enjoy your family, enjoy your time.
That was very well said. And everybody, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And if we don't have the opportunity of seeing you guys before 2024, I'll see you before 2024, before Christmas. If we don't have the opportunity to see you before Christmas, I want everybody to have a very blessed Christmas. Travel safe, and pray for this country. Pray for Donald Trump. And until the next time, in the meantime, in between time, from the lab and AJ Andrews, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Deuces, we are out.